Good morning, guys. Hopefully you can all hear me okay. Just a heads up, I am going to start the pre-market watch list in just a few minutes. I'm just waiting for a few more people to join in. Good morning, guys. Just a heads up, for those that are listening on the public scanner channel, there is a slight delay on that channel. So just to let you guys know, I am actually doing a live stream today. So if you go to our YouTube channel, you'll notice right now we do have two live videos going on. So we have the public YouTube scanner, and then we also have just a live trading video. So if you guys are watching on the scanner video, just make sure to tune into the other one as well. I'm going to go ahead and start the watch list here in just a few minutes. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started on the pre-market watch list. Let me go ahead and move this one over. Alright, let's go ahead and get started now. So for those viewing my screen on our live video here, you can see I pretty much have all our main watches on my main screen here. So from yesterday, SMMT, this was a really good one. You know, it was a little choppy in the morning, but we got a really nice breakout in the afternoon and towards the end of the day. So pretty nice extension on that one and pullback this morning. That's definitely going to be one of the main watches, along with MMAT, which I noticed was gapping up in the after hours yesterday. SPRC is one of the gappers from this morning that I'll be watching if we get some decent volume later on. ERNA, DBGI had a little pop right back to that opening level from yesterday, and rejection. It might be something to watch on the side, but that might have been the move right there. So these are basically my main watches right now. What I'm going to do for now is I am going to go back and I'm going to just quickly go through my watch list that I made last night for the private Discord members. That way we're just kind of familiar with everything. And then I'll go over the rest of the gappers again, just to make sure, I don't miss anything. And of course, if you guys have any questions, I'm probably going to be pretty active in that YouTube live chat for this video. So I'll be showing you guys what's on the scans in there, what's popping up on the scans. So you can kind of use that YouTube chat today to stay tuned in. I'm going to be active there. But anyways, let's get started on the watch list. So SMMT was the very first one on my watch list from last night. At this point, after this huge move, I still have an open bias because we did get a pretty decent pullback all the way to $2. At this point, though, for me to be long biased, I'd want to see kind of it build back up, maybe form higher lows, and then build back up over this 230 level. So that's kind of the key level for me, 220, 230. If that turns into support again, I'll be looking for a bigger picture breakout back towards the pre-market high or the highs from yesterday and after hours, which was around, this 280 level. And then, potentially breaking out higher. So we do have some resistance on the daily towards, I would say, 350 is a big level, and then we have that gap on the daily. So, I'm going to keep an open bias if that happens. If not, if it stays heavy under this 230 and forms lower highs, then, we can look for the opposite, which would be a fade back down to, I would say like 160 would probably be a pretty big target if this were to fade today, because that was a pretty big breakout level from yesterday. So if it did end up setting up for the short, I'd probably aim for this area and then see how it reacts. Maybe it goes lower, but that's kind of a stretch right now. Still too early for me. So I'm going to wait and see how it reacts after the open, and then we'll kind of go from there and see if we get any setups on SMMT. The next one, of course, was MMAT. Really nice move here as well. We have a high of 256, 255 so far. Looking at the daily on this one, that 250 was a pretty big level here on the daily. I would say the next big level is going to be towards like 280 to 3, 350, and then 4. So I would say the next levels would be closer to like 283, 350 for now. I don't know if those are going to come into play, but for now, I'm definitely going to keep an open bias if we hold above VWAP. So if we hold like this 235 to 240 and it gives a setup after the open, maybe we can look for a potential breakout on MMAT. So for now, I do have an open bias there as well. I'm going to go ahead and pull something up on this just to see if there's maybe some potential dilution or anything like that. I'm just using dilution tracker for that. So yeah, MMAT, it definitely has a bigger float, it looks like, over 300 million. So definitely a bigger float. They have like 20 million in cash, it looks like. About 3.7 months left of cash based on their quarterly cash burn of 16 million and estimated current cash of 20 million. Looks like they do have an ATM and a shelf. So there is some potential dilution on this one, but at the same time, it is a pretty big float as well. So just a few things to keep in mind on MMAT. I'm really only interested in a short on this if it runs higher and we get a really nice extension. Kind of similar to what SMMT did in the after hours. If we get a really nice extension, these are the type of shorts I'm looking for. On this one, it just happened in after hours, which was kind of unfortunate. And, in pre-market this morning, it faded. But had this happened, midday yesterday, I definitely would have looked for the short. And maybe we'll get a short on this today, but it kind of feels like a chase down here on SMMT. So I definitely want to give it some time off the open. Alright, moving on to the secondary watch list from last night. RMED is still it's still going to be a main watch for me, even though I have it on my other screen right now. But basically, if we pop over like 520, 530 and hold that as solid support, at that point, I'm definitely going to keep an open bias on RMED. We had a nice daily chart breakout yesterday. You can see we broke above that $5 area all the way to almost 6. So when I look at this daily, I feel like it has potential to break out higher. So for right now, I do have an open bias, but it just depends if we can reclaim 525, 530 with a lot of support to kind of prove itself. At that point, I might be looking for longs, but right now we're still under that kind of that key breakout level right here. I feel like it still could stay heavy after like a rejection, and it still could pull back down to like the low 4s or mid 4s. So I'm really open to both sides. I just want to wait and see on RMED as well, to see if we reclaim or if we stay heavy after the open. Alright guys, we only have a few minutes left, about 9 minutes until the market opens. I'm going to try to be quick with the rest of these. There's a lot on the secondary list. SIG, ERNA, just a few that I'll keep on watch if they come back into play. And then going back to the gappers, just see if there's anything I might have missed. I went over this one. So yeah, there's not really anything else on the gap scan that I'm really interested in. ESPR. But yeah, this is actually one I was going to mention. Nate just mentioned in chat or in YouTube. Set up to short if we hit pre-market highs. Wow, so 62 or 63 was basically all-time highs on this one. So we have no resistance at this point. There's no resistance, nothing to go off of on the daily. At this point, I feel like the short was right here, when it topped out and formed this lower high. I feel like that would have been a good short. At this point, if it spikes back up to the pre-market highs, yeah, maybe you can get a little setup for a pullback. But at that point, I would probably be more long biased just because we have no resistance. It made a big recovery. So for this one, I feel like the short already happened. Maybe we'll see if it sets up again for something. But I'm going to set a few price alerts here towards like 110. If it starts to reclaim above VWAP, I'm definitely going to keep an open bias on this one for now. RXDX. But yeah, I'm not really crazy about the short or a long at this point. It would need to give me like some type of setup later on. But we do have a lot of support towards 95 right now. So pretty much I'm just going to be watching SMMT, MMAT, SPRC, maybe a few others. If anything else pops up on the scans, I'll be sure to let you guys know. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know in the YouTube live chat. And just while we have a few minutes here, I know a few of you might be wondering what the private Discord looks like, so I can show you guys a little bit of that. So I don't want to show too much, but I can show, our kind of what it looks like. So this is obviously, we have a public Discord and we have a private Discord. This is the private one, so we have watch list review. Here you can see every night I post all the movers that were in play for that day, the main watches, the secondary watch, and then later in the night, once I'm done with that, I actually work on the members watch list. So if you guys sign up for our private Discord, you are going to get access to my my watch list every single night. And then in the morning, we actually update that list with the main watches, which is basically the list that I gave you guys this morning. So we kind of just narrow that list down. And it just really helps to prepare for the market open. And for the day, we have the main trading room. This is kind of where everyone's chatting, general chats, and a lot of other things. Small cap action channel. This actually just goes over all the movers on the day. So you can actually type this in the search bar. You can type the date. And then once you click on that, it'll show you all the movers for that day. I actually screenshot these one by one every single day. So if you ever come in late, you're going to know every day or the day before what was in play for that day. So a lot of helpful tools in the private Discord. If you guys are interested in that, you can go to the public Discord and you can shoot me a message if you have any questions. I'd be happy to help anyone out. But anyways, guys, we have a few minutes until the market opens. If anything else pops up on the scans, I will be sure to let you guys know. And if we get any nice setups, I'll also be sure to hop on the mic and kind of let you guys know what I'm watching. And another thing, I forgot to go over SPY. I do want to go over SPY. Yesterday, basically the last few days, we've had some pretty big sell-offs. So I feel like we might be a little bit oversold today. If we can find support over like 393, 393.50, 394 area, if it really builds up, we can potentially look for calls for a breakout to the upside. But if it stays heavy under 394, 393.50, and just stays heavy I'm still open to another sell-off today. As you can see, there's a lot of room to fade to the downside. We have some pretty big levels towards 390, some pretty big levels towards 385 after that. So SPY will definitely be interesting today. I'll be watching that after the open as well, which is going to be in about 10 seconds here. Alright guys, so the market is open. If you're watching on the public YouTube scanner, just remember there is a slight delay on there, so you guys can go ahead and switch over to our other live video, which is on right now. So we have ESPR on scans. I pulled that up here. We have AERC also pushing, so that's another one to watch. And we have ERNA, which is also breaking out here. So we definitely have some potential right now. ERNA, ESPR, AERC. Kind of a weak open on these two, SMMT and MMAT. So I'm a little bit short biased on these at the moment, but I don't want to chase. I want to give them some time to set up. If I miss it, it's fine. There's probably going to be some other setups. And it looks like ESPR is actually easy to borrow, at least with my broker. ERNA is actually halted. So pretty heavy open there on MMAT. That 235 was the key level that I mentioned, 235, 240. And right as we opened, it broke right under that level and stayed really heavy. So there's really no reason to go long there. We're probably going to see this maybe bounce a little and then fade towards like the low twos potentially. Obviously, if it reclaimed above 235, then you'd want to be very cautious on the short side. But for right now, we're just heavy. SMMT heavy open as well, but we might try to bounce off too. So if we do reclaim 220, obviously we'll keep an open bias, but for right now, it's kind of a heavy open. We should see ERNA open up pretty soon here. Unless this is a 10-minute halt, then we'll have to wait another 5 minutes. Alright, it looks like ADMA is on the scans. So we can keep an eye on that one. On ESPR, I was hoping that this would run higher and maybe set up for the short because it is easy to borrow. But that one might just be choppy right here. So I'm going to avoid that for now. ERNA is going to be a 10-minute halt. So we'll probably see that one open in about 3 minutes. DBGI is also pushing back up. I would say 490 to 5 is a pretty big level from that previous day. So we definitely want to keep an eye on DBGI if it starts to reclaim. MMAT is selling off pretty hard. And there's a pretty nice breakout on SPY. Like I was talking about in pre-market, I felt like we're a little oversold these last few days. So we're getting a little bounce here towards 395. We'll see if this gets continuation or not. But definitely a nice move. There's a few other things I'm watching right now. ASO made a pretty nice move as well. TOUR is actually breaking out on the daily chart. All right, there we go. ERNA is finally open from that halt. So we have SFIX popping up on the scans as well. Pretty nice move so far. If we get a really nice extension on SFIX, I might look for a short, but it'd have to spike up a lot higher. I'm still watching TOUR to see if that breaks out higher as well. DBGI, if it can hold above 460s. And SMMT as well. It's still kind of stuck in this price channel, so I want to see how this reacts. Alright guys, so definitely a slower morning for my setups. But you know, it's still early in the day, something could pop up. Um, that's why you always gotta kind of focus on the scanner, at least that's what I do. Because at any moment, you know, something could pop up and just make your whole entire day. I'll give you guys kind of example, but SMMT, I like that it held $2 so far. So maybe we'll see that one stay in play. But like for an example, yesterday, you know, this one kind of just randomly popped up, and I ended up taking a short. I didn't make a huge gain on it or anything like that, but since I was prepared, I was able to at least catch this downside move from basically this area down to 760s. This was actually my target, was right towards VWAP, but I wasn't that patient. It was really choppy. But these are kind of the plays I like to look for when it's slower. You know, sometimes you'll just get a random stock that just runs up, gets really extended, and then just gives a really nice short opportunity. So, you know, if anyone sees anything like this, we always like to kind of point it out in chat. This is a setup that I take a lot, just basically a nice extension and then just a fade. You can see we even got a gap down this morning and continuation. So that was a really good play yesterday. I did trade SMMT yesterday as well. Off the open, I took a short like around this area. Got out right here as it was spiking. So pretty much a scratch trade there. And then after that, I ended up scalping some longs on these breakouts. So I was able to profit off that. But I didn't catch this whole entire move, which would have been nice in hindsight. But a nice hold of 2 on SMMT. We're back above VWAP as well. And just a heads up, for those watching on the public YouTube scanner, we are doing another live stream on a different video right now. So just know you guys are getting a slight delay there. Someone asked on the public scanner YouTube video thoughts on MDB. So I'll go ahead and answer that. So sorry, by the time you hear this, it might be too late. If you're watching on the delayed video, but obviously really bearish. We rejected the pre-market highs. So that's really what it comes down to. Pre-market highs rejected. And we have a pretty big gap up into basically the 180s. Pretty nice fade there, but yeah, I wasn't really dialed in on this one. But if you do draw your lines out, you can see that it rejected the pre-market highs, and it also broke that lower trend line that was formed. So that was a really good setup there, actually, if you were zoned in on that. MDB. We have some support right here, which we're testing right now, but if this stays heavy, you know, we might see this fade even lower. I really wouldn't be surprised to see this go to like 170 potentially. But that would be a chase on my end. I like to get entries, you know, right at those breaking points. And with pretty tight risk. But anyways, guys, if you're watching on the public YouTube scanner, please do me a favor and hit that like button. We're only at 24 likes and we have about 130 live viewers. Also, if you're watching the live day trading video, please do me a favor and hit the like button on that one. That one we're at about 13 likes with 31 viewers, which isn't bad. So I really do appreciate that. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do more of these live streams this week. So I'll be on here tomorrow and we can go over whatever you guys want to go over. See, SFix and Tour, they both gave that pullback, but I just wanted them both a little bit higher just for, you know, better risk to reward. I guess SFix would have been worth it, you know, risking this if you were able to get tight risk. That was a pretty nice pullback. So these are also plays that I like to look for, because a lot of times these can play out within like 20 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes. You get a really big move. There's that pop on SMMT. So like I was saying in pre-market, this 220, 230 is kind of the key level here. Alright, so let's see if there's anything else moving right now. LGHL had a little spike. SPY, you know, it had that little bounce that I was talking about, but right back to being heavy and selling off again. So SPY definitely feels like it wants to go lower. When you look at the daily chart, definitely has some room, it looks like. So I wouldn't rule that out. Someone was asking on YouTube, how long does your session last? Typically in the private Discord, you know, I'll be trading for the morning, like the first few hours, and then we'll take a break, and then if anything else pops up, you know, I'll pop up in the afternoon. I'm basically there in chat all day, at my computer all day. But I'll be on the microphone more in the morning time, and then I'll be typing more later in the day. But if something really nice pops up, you know, I'll just hop on the mic and let everyone know. And for those interested in the private Discord, just a heads up, we are going to have a Christmas sale pretty soon. So it's going to start off with the members only. We're going to do the sale in the private Discord room. But just know, in the next few days, there is going to be a yearly discount. If anyone's interested in joining for the yearly, there is going to be a discount on that pretty soon. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. But anyways, guys, yeah, kind of a slower morning for me. I did miss a couple of setups though. But other than that, there wasn't really too many small caps. Yesterday felt like it was a lot more active. We do have a few things moving, but just nothing that's like A+ to me. MMAT was decent off the open. You know, it gave a pretty nice move there. So that was definitely a miss. But I still have hope for SMMT later on. And just waiting on scans to see what else pops up. We still have, you know, a few hours until lunch, so a lot could happen in that time.